Hello and welcome to 11.6, Ordinary Annuities, Sinking Funds, and Retirement Investment. Annuities, an annuity is an account into which or out of which a sequence of scheduled payments is made. Types of annuities: long-term investment account, retirement accounts or savings, college savings account, and lottery payments pay on annuity. Not very common for most of us. Most common types are the ordinary annuities and sinking funds. In an ordinary annuity or fixed annuity, an annuity into which equal payments are made at regular intervals, with the interest compounded at the end of each interval, and with a fixed interest rate for each compounding period. So here's an example of an annuity making regular payments of $100. So initial interest 42 cents and 84, then 126, and that's going up. And as you get closer to the end of this is a 5% compounded monthly, going for 30 years. Start with $100, 5%. You end up with, after 360 payments of $100, that's $36,000. You end up with, that you paid into it, $83,225.86. So for ordinary annuities, the payment period and frequency of the compounding are the same. For monthly annuity payments, the compounding period is monthly. Accumulated amount or future amount is the amount of money that is present in an ordinary annuity after T years. So here's the formula for an ordinary annuity. So A is the accumulated amount. P is the payment. Now this looks very familiar probably. I mean, this is basically if you solved for P, you'd have the, and change this power to negative, you'd have the formula for the house payment. P is the payments per month, N is the number of times a year, T is the number of years, R is a rate in decimal form. So for example 1, it says use the ordinary annuity formula to determine the accumulated amount in each annuity, round all answers to the nearest cent. So $800 invested semi-annually for 25 years at 7% compounded semi-annually. So the amount's going to be $800, that's our payment, times 1 plus 0.07 is the rate over 2 times a year because it's semi-annually. That's 2 times 25 minus the 1, parentheses here instead of brackets, over 0.07 divided by 2. In the calculator, that's going to be 800 times, double parentheses, 1 plus 0.07 divided by 2, close parentheses, caret 2 times 25, close parentheses, minus 1, close parentheses, divided by 0.07 divided by 2. And we get from that $104,798.33. Part B, the amount is going to be, it's $200 invested monthly for 40 years at 6% compounded monthly. So doing monthly investments. So $200 times 1 plus 0.06 over 12 to the 12 times 40 power minus 1. Divide that by 0.06 divided by 12. In the calculator, that's going to be 200 times parentheses 1 plus 0.06 divided by 12. Close that, that's our first part. Caret parentheses 12 times 40, close, minus 1. Close that part. Divided by parentheses 0.06 divided by 12. These parentheses are very critically important. You'll get totally the wrong answer if you don't use them appropriately. 398,000, I should say. 298.15. So these are two examples of annuities. Typically it's a monthly payment you're making on them. I'm going to scroll up here. sinking fund is a type of annuity in which the goal is to save a specific amount of money in a specific amount of time. So P equals A times R over N divided by 1 plus R over N to the NT minus 1. This is where we solved for P from the previous formula. So P is the payment needed to reach the amount. A is the predetermined amount. Payments are made N times a year for T years into a sinking fund with interest rate R compounded N times per year. So use a sinking fund to determine the payment needed to reach the accumulated amounts. To ensure that enough is invested each period, round each answer up to the next cent. So 35,000, 5%, compounded 20 years. These are annual payments. So N is 1. P equals 35,000 times 0.05 divided by 1 over 1 plus 0.05 over 1 to the power of 1 times 20 minus 1. In the calculator, that would be 35,000 times, parentheses, 0.05 divided by 1, close parentheses, divided by, do a double parenthesis, 1 plus 0.05 divided by 1, close that, caret, 1 times 20 minus 1, close the parentheses. Now, I know that the 1 here, we could have just, not worried about it because multiplying and divided by 1 just gives you what you started with. But I'm just trying to keep the pattern going, keep up that behavior of not doing too much, making mistakes in your head, but you are going to need parentheses for other problems. There aren't going to be annual payments. So this is going to be $1,058.50. So that might work well for someone who's getting putting in their tax return. Now, quarterly payments with 10% interest, so quarterly payments N equals 4. 10% interest compounded quarterly for 40 years, and this is what you want to have. So, in 40 years, if you want $1 million, and you can get 10%, which you're probably not going to get that, what would you need to have? It's 1 million times 0.10 divided by 4 over 1 plus 0.04 over, 0.10 divided by 4 to the power of 12 times 40 minus 1. Not 12, it's 4 times 40, I'm sorry. 4 times a year. So that's 1 million you put in the calculator times 0.10 divided by 4. Divide, double parenthesis now. 1 plus 0.10 divided by 4. Close that, caret 4 times 40 minus 1. And with that, you would have $490.41 a month. Okay. That's just doing 4 times a year. Okay, feel free to pause. I'm going to scroll this up and talk about the last little bit. Other types of annuities. You have the variable annuity. It's an annuity that is invested in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or other investments that do not provide a guaranteed interest rate. That's like my retirement is in a variable annuity. It can go up and go down based on the stock market. Stock market's been bad. It's not good. Immediate annuity is an annuity that is established with a lump sum of money for the purpose of providing the investor with regular, usual monthly payments for the rest of the investor's life. Other retirement savings, IRA, for IRA, you can get these, and the Roth IRA is a really good one because you put in post-tax money, so when you take the money out, you don't pay taxes. 401k, that's a lot of businesses have these. You put money in, and sometimes your employer matches it. 403b is what we use in the teaching area because that's the tax code is 403B to put money into a savings. And then you have like a 527. You have college plans as well. So, okay. Well, do the homework. Let me know if you have questions, and I'll see you guys online. Bye.